So these are our current 2 ways and a bonus way at the end to do this, to count these things. The first is at the bottom there, the 8 beats. So again, we're in 4/4, which means there's 8 eighth notes. So we're going to treat it as, instead of 4/4, it's 8/8. You could call it 8 eighth notes in the time signature. Nobody ever does that, but we want that for this concept. So with this bass line, first of all, the notes come on the first beat, 4th beat, 7th beat, and 8th beat. So the first way you want to learn anything that you're having trouble with is like this. You really want to take the time to separate out the notes, the what is it, the wheat from the chaff or whatever, you know? Maybe I said that right, I don't know. So you're going to tap this hand on every single beat. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? On a side note, this is the one bonus thing for that. I like to, just to be thorough and to add an extra challenge that helps me to understand the rhythm more. Only tap, after I can do that, I will just tap on the rests. So you see the balance of the rhythm. So in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That helps me to understand the proportions and to really feel the rest, because you want to feel the rests as strongly as you feel the notes. That's really what I'm getting at. That way, your sense of proportion will make sense. You'll feel good about it. And confidence. You know, we're trying to build all this stuff. All right, so the second way is we're just going to beat our hand on the, we're going to change back to 4/4. In other words, so now instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which proportionally is the same. We still have 8 utterances, right? But now we're counting in the more standard way, which is more and less confusing at the same time. But so we're just going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So in this scenario, you're playing on the first beat, on the and of 2, the 4th beat, and the and of 4. Okay? Same thing, but different labels now. Okay? It's really important to be able to switch your concepts like this, as you'll find out later. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? It's a lot more difficult because now we're doing 3 things at once. I mean, we were doing 3 things at once, but somehow, at least for my brain, when we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm used to counting like that. And you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is you gotta kind of keep track of, oh, did I just say 3 or did I just say and, or am I on the and of 4 or am I on the and of 2? Seems like simple things until you add pressure and all these notes, you know, because something that's really easy to do, like count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's really easy to do that by itself, but if you're doing that while hopping backwards on one foot, your brain starts to lose track a little bit.
Right.
So this is more difficult than hopping backwards on one foot, I think. So there's that. You want to practice it like that. But then the bonus one, this is our bonus way of counting, our 4th way, is only say and when there is a note.
That's the hard one.
That is a difficult one. So in my head, I'm going to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but I'm going to go 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, that you're practicing that way is for when things get really quick. Like this song is quick. And there's a certain point when this turns into just like, it's just wrong. This is not, you shouldn't be subdividing that quickly. What you should be doing instead is this. It's called halftime, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats in a measure as opposed to 8 beats. So I'm only thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't even really have to think about and, except for that it lands perfectly between these two. So I'm either playing with the beat or against the beat. So I'm splitting the 8 beats up between my hands. Now, that is useful. It's really useful because when it's too fast to do this and keep track of if you're on the 7th beat or the 3rd beat, you can just be like, you can be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 4, and 1, 2, and. Okay? Because it's fast. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Which when you first learn it is going to be more difficult, but in the long run, if you can switch back and forth, so when you're learning, especially when you're learning really fast songs, you want to start with the 8-beat method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But as you speed up, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's much calmer, because remember, the faster you go, the more this tension. We want to be as relaxed as possible. Yeah. I'm not, you know.
Okay.
Okay?